Hey guys, 2013 F-150 here, and this thing came in for a burning oil smell. Now, I found that the exhaust manifolds, both sides, were leaking, and also the valve cover seals were leaking oil onto the exhaust manifolds, which is definitely the smell. So, of course, go ahead to put new seals in the valve covers, and the bolts that hold all the ignition coils down, super rusty. There's actually metal inserts in the coil pack itself to prevent this housing from splitting when you tighten it down, if somebody were to tighten it down too much. Also keeps the plastic from compressing, whatever. But that's what happened. It got all rusty in there, and we tried for like 20-30 minutes to get those things like free, at least get the bond to break so that we could get it out. Not to mention every 8mm bolt, they had all of them rounded off because they were all just rust. So we finally got all the stuff off, and two of them were so rounded that what was supposed to be an 8mm extractor socket wouldn't even fit on there. So I ended up having to weld some nuts to the tops of the bolts to get them out, which is fine, whatever. But now I got this to deal with, and the customer is going to be into at least 2 ignition coils, and I'm going to say a set of valve covers, because these nut certs that get pressed into the valve cover plastic are sort of like all in one deal. So I could spend the additional time if they wanted to go ahead and attempt to extract the broken bolts out of that nut cert. But the issue with that is you pretty much have to use heat. You could drill them out, but you're gonna spend too much time. You're gonna have to use heat, and the heat's just gonna break that bond between where that nut is installed into the plastic. So you're pretty much screwed. You're gonna have to install new valve covers. It's really unfortunate that that's just the way it is. And pretty much all vehicles nowadays run plastic valve covers. And I don't know, it's just where this thing lives, there's so much rust. So it's pretty tough to get around that. Besides, if it was your own vehicle, you know, you could put a little bit of oil on all the hardware and stuff every now and again, like when it comes in for an oil change or whatever. But 99% of people don't do that in the world, so this is just some of the stuff that I have to do day in and day out. But basically, yeah, we're going to be changing 2 coils and valve covers, and we'll make a video on doing that. Just got manifolds done. They were not fun to do. Book time for doing both manifolds on this truck. This has got the 5-liter V8 in it, 3.7 hours. It took a lot longer than that. Of course, the Y pipe underneath that connects both of the manifolds together, they were all rotten. None of the bolts and stuff came out. So anyhow, I'm sure there's lots of videos on those manifolds. I just wanted to talk to you about the valve covers and how none of that hardware wanted to come out. So it's gonna be fun. We'll post a video on changing those valve covers at a later date.